It's Moodle time!
Hello and welcome to Moodle Time. Today we're going to make a little teacher box that's going to be on the side. So I'll just show you in my other class here. So here I have welcome to Physics 30 and I have a little message from the teacher, and then instead of next I'll have a syllabus attached. So that's what we're going to do today. There's a lot of things to know about when we do this. So first thing is that you're going to move myself here. We're going to turn on the editing, or turn editing on, and we're actually going to go to this side here, so where the three stripes are. Click on that if it's not already opened, and scroll right to the bottom. At the very bottom it says add a block. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to scroll down to the HTML. I guess you didn't really have to scroll. Just go down to HTML and click on that. Now, when you first put a block in here, in this layout, by default it goes to the right, and it goes underneath the one that the famous teacher quote one that I have up here. You're going to put in, or you're going to click on this editing gear down here to edit it. So go ahead, configure new HTML block. And here's where you're going to put in your title and then your content. And so I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing, let's just put in message from teacher, something like that. You can call it whatever. You can say welcome to whatever your class is, or welcome from Mr. Atkins, or whatever. Greetings. Okay, anyway, I'm going to say message from teacher, and then here is where you're going to put the content. So that's where you're going to put your video, or that's where you're going to put your syllabus and all that kind of thing, or link to it. And these other two things, where this block appears and on this page, you don't have to really worry about this. The only thing is, if you wanted it to be at a different place, like if you wanted your block to be above the teacher quote one, you could change this default weight to 1 or 0. Or like the first is up here and the last is down here. So you can definitely organize all your things there. Okay, and you could change where it's displayed, but for now, don't worry about these two things. Okay, and so we need to put in some content. Now, what I'm going to suggest, or what people have suggested to me, I guess, is that you just create a video, record a video. So in order to do that, you click here and you start recording. I'm not sure if I can record a video for you and a recording for this, but we'll try. No, it said the webcam's already being used, so recording failed. So that's not a terrible surprise if it did work. And I'll just put some text in here, just so that I can show you. In my physics class, this is a video that I recorded, and so it would just put it in like that, and then there's a play button for them to play it. So we'll go back to the message from the teacher. We'll configure the message. You could also create that video separately. Maybe you want to record yourself at a different time and edit it a bit, and then have that video file, and you can actually just upload it here. So let me show you how to do that. You are going to go insert. This button here goes insert. No, sorry, this one. Insert or edit an audio video file. So you click on that. And instead of link, click on video. Click on browse. And you'll probably want to upload a file. So I'll choose a file. And I'm just going to pick a file that I have already made. This is a test video that basically will be like the file that you have. It's an MT4 format. It probably accepts a few different ones, but MT4 is quite common. And then we'll insert. So now I have this giant video that I made here. It's only 4 seconds long, but it's in here. If I click on Save Changes and then go down here, you can see that it automatically sized it to fit inside inside the teacher block here. Okay, so I'll show you one more thing here for inserting videos. Let's say that instead you decided to import from YouTube. So I'm just going to click on this one right now. I'm going to delete it. And I want to import from YouTube, let's say. So I'm just going to go to YouTube. And let's do, oh, there's a good one here. Okay, so this is John Denver and Johnny Cash playing together. We're going to take the embedded, so you're going to go to share, this little share thing, you're going to click on that. You're going to go to, this usually says embed, and I got a different language going on here. It's awesome. Okay, this is not that useful for what I'm, anyway, this normally says copy here. And so you'll click on that, and that selects and copies the embedded code, or the embed code. Okay, it's very interesting what's happening right now. And so we'll go back here, and you have to click this drop down arrow and open click this button. It's called HTML, and that shows you the code. You can just Control V will paste it. You could press Enter key. You could right click and go paste. There's all kinds of different ways. Anyway, make sure you paste that code in. And then you can go ahead and save changes. And you'll notice that that video is in there. Now here's something to note, and I've noticed this a few times, is right now that the YouTube video, if I clicked on it, you can see that you can only see part of it, and actually I have to scroll over to see the whole thing. So if you import from YouTube in a block like this, you normally it's not a problem. If it's on a page, it fits in nicely, but you may have to go back to the code. So get and click on HTML and change the width and height of your inside the code here. And what I try to do is try to keep the proportions the same. So for instance, 560, we could divide that by 5, that's 112, and 315 divided by 5 is 63. This is going to probably be a bit too small, but it gives you a sense of what kind of control you have. So I can click Save Changes now, and now you can see it's right there. It's this tiny video. And you can't really even see it, but they could also, once they're in that video, they could click on it, make it large. Just not very easily because it's so small. So the size I went to was probably a little bit too small. Maybe double that and you'd be okay. Alright, so hopefully that helps. I'm going to actually go ahead and delete this because I want to insert that video that I had in there before. Okay. I think it's a recent file. Yep, here it is. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna insert. There we go. Okay, and so now I want to show you. Scroll over here. I want to show you how to insert a. Oh my goodness! Here, let me save changes. Insert a something underneath here, like your course outline or syllabus or whatever you want to call it. And so, in order to do that, now unfortunately this image is so large. In order to do that, I'm going to press Enter a couple times to get down a couple spaces, and I want to insert the the course outline here, but I don't want to insert it as like copy and paste all the text. I want to insert it with a click of a button. And so I'm actually going to show you how to do that, and you're going to do that a couple ways as well. So the first thing, I'm just going to put in course outline. So you can actually link your course outline to this. Now, in order to do that, you need to upload your course outline. So, actually, let me just see. Can I? No. Yeah, I can upload it like this. Okay, so let me just show you what I just did. I highlight course outline, click on this little link button here, and right beside it is unlink button. You might be using that too. Let's click on link. We're going to browse, and we're going to upload a file. And I'm going to choose, for my Science 30 Moodle, I'm going to choose, I have here Physics 30 syllabus in Word and in PDF. And what I'd recommend is actually using a PDF version of your Word document if you have it in Word. If you have it on Google Docs, then I'll show you a different way to do that, and I think actually Google Docs is the way you want to ultimately do things, especially if you want to update your work throughout the year or next year. But if you have it in Google or in Word, you can easily create a PDF, and I'll show you that in a second. So you're going to click on the PDF and go open. And then you're going to upload this file. And now click Save Changes. Now if you look on the side here, scroll down here, it's got a course outline. If I click on that, it'll open the physics course outline. Okay, so that hopefully that's pretty easy. You can do it that way. I do want to show you how to convert a Word to a PDF. So I'm just loading it up right now, and I'll show you that quickly. And then I'll show you how to do the Google link to a Google Doc. Okay, so it opened up over here. I'll move it over. Okay, so if this is your syllabus and it's in Word already, go to File, go to Save As, click in the document that is probably already in, and then when you go to save it, just click the Save Type. Instead of Word, go down to PDF. Okay, so if you click PDF and click Save, it'll create a copy. Now I've already done that one, so that's why it's already up there, but all you do is click Save and then you'd be done. Okay, now let me show you what would happen if you have a Google Doc. So go to your Google Docs. You can just open up a new tab, type in Google Docs, and it's the one that's called Google Docs. I had it open up here too, but anyway, I don't currently have one for that, so I'm going to create a blank one. And I know probably my formatting from Word, so I'm just going to drag my Word document in here, is probably not going to transfer very well because of these lines. But anyway, I'll just try anyway. So when you're in this, you can just go Control A. So press the Control button down and A. That selects everything. Control C copies everything. And you can move this out of the way. Go to your Google Doc and Control V will paste everything. There it is. So you can see that it really screwed up my formatting, which for this demo I don't really care too much. If I was doing this for real, I would be so upset, but then I would figure out how to make it look good again. Give this thing a title. It's called Physics 30. I'll call it Course Outline. Okay, so it's in now in my drive. The nice thing about this though, what we're going to do is that if you notice an error in your syllabus or your course outline, you can always update it on Google Docs, and then you don't have to re-upload it. If, on the other hand, you create a PDF or a Word doc, you have to make the correction, then upload it. And so long term, that's going to be a pain in the butt if you have to keep on updating things. Okay, so how do we attach this? There should be, not that, oh, it's share. There we go. Almost forgot how to do this. Okay, so here's this document. You're in it. If you click on the share, I'll just do that. You click on the share button here, you can actually get a link. So down here it says anyone at Holy Trinity Catholic Schools will, with this link can view. I would suggest, just so you don't have more problems, as long as you're comfortable doing this, is to change that to just say that that anyone with a link. Probably, I mean, you could keep it with the Holy Trinity, but just in case someone's trying to access this without being on, like logging in under Holy Trinity. And you can set it to viewer, commenter, or editor. I would keep it as viewing so that they can only just see your document. If it's a future assignment, we're going to do things differently. So I would keep it just at viewer. You could experiment with this, but definitely for a course outline, keep it as a viewer. And then copy link. Okay, so this is the link. And we'll go done. And now this thing can be freely shared. So now we go back to do your Moodle. We're going to go into your configure settings. And we have this course outline that's linked right now to the PDF. We're going to actually unlink it. And then I'm going to relink it with Control V will paste it. That's the link that I got from here from my Google Doc. So then create link, and also when I was in that link bit here, I could tell it to open a new window if I want to, and that might be a good option. For now, I'm just going to say the same window. So let's just see now what will happen when I click on the link. So here it is. It opens it up, and here's what a beauty. Don't you just want to go to this class here? Okay, so there you go. All right, one more thing I want to show you. I know this video is getting a bit long, but one thing, I've been trying to keep things looking beautiful. This looks okay, but I want to show you how to make it into a button that I think will be really good. And there's a few, I'll try to do this really quick, but there's just a few nice ways to do this. The first way is to open up PowerPoint. So if you have Microsoft PowerPoint, and I believe we all have PowerPoint on our computers, and actually I can open up, you just click on new here if you haven't done it yet. I've already created some labels. These are the buttons that I've created. I'll show you how to create one. You're going to go insert shapes, and I really like the one that's got rounded corners here, as rectangle with rounded corners. It's just a nicer look to me anyway. You can choose whatever shape you want, and you can make it whatever size you want here. And okay, I'll make this one a different size than the other ones. I already have one that says course outline, but you can change the colors up here, the fill shape. You can change it to whatever you want. I'll just keep it as the blue for now. And then if you click on it and start writing, it'll just automatically insert some text. So it's going to be called course outline. I could definitely make that larger font. May as well. Oops. There we go. Select the text, and then you can increase the font, and you can make it too large or whatever you want. You could also probably drag it out so that course outline is like that. For this one, I think I'll make it like that just to see how it looks. Now, why are we using PowerPoint? What does that have to do with anything? Well, the beauty of PowerPoint is that when you've made a shape like this and you select it, you can right click on it. Okay, and down here there's an option to save as picture, and this is just beautiful for what you want to do here. So if I click on save as picture, I'm going to save this thing to my documents. So I'll go through all my garbage here. And I'm going to save it as course outline button. Okay, probably keep it as a PNG. You could do it as a JPEG. PNG is just slightly, it won't matter for this, I don't think. But okay, so now I have that picture. There is another way. If you have a different software that you really prefer to make buttons with, maybe like Canva or something like that, or just even Word, maybe you're more used to doing it in Word or some other program, you can also use, if you hit Shift and then the window key and then S, then what comes up is the snippet thing, and you can actually select a portion of the screen. Now you wouldn't do it like that. You would do, yeah, let me do that again. You would select it like this. Okay, and you'd click here, and it makes this button here. And then you could crop it if you're like, oh, there's too much white lines there. You can click on the crop it thing, and you can crop it down. It'd be pretty challenging to make this really nice though. The white though, people aren't going to see if it's against a white background, so that would be all good. And then you click the three dots over, oh no, sorry, you click the little save, the little floppy disk here, and you would save it here, and you'd call it course outline button. I'm going to call it button 2. It's not the one I actually want to use, but it's basically the same. So that's another way. Now I believe this is on the most modern versions of Windows, the snip and sketch. If you're like, how come the Control Windows key S, and again those are all keys really close to the Z key on your keyboard. If that doesn't work, it could be because you don't actually have the, if I go down to here, snip and sketch, you might not have that actual program. But hopefully you do. Okay, so now you've got your button. Let's just move this out of the way. And how do we put that into here? We go to your inside the block setting, and instead of text linking to this, we're going to actually insert. Now I don't want to delete that yet because I'm going to steal the link info. I'm going to insert an image. So click on that, browse. We're going to upload. I'm going to go and find the button. Oh, I'm in my physics, so I'm going to go back out, go to Moodle time. Okay, there's course outline 2 and just the button. This one's going to be a little bit nicer, so just cropped it nicer. Upload that. Here you can change the sizing on it, but I think the size will be okay. It might be a little large, we'll see. And you could put in a description, or you can just click not necessary. Okay, so then we'll save. And you should notice when you scroll down here that you have a button. And we'll click on this button, and then we're going to create a link to it. But before we do that, I guess we should need to get the link for this one. So I'm going to click on this, or highlight the course text. I'm just going to hopefully steal the, yeah, I grabbed it there. Copy. You could go back to your Google Doc and get it there. I just wanted to get it from there. And then we'll click on here, create a link, and we'll paste that link in, create that. So now if I don't need this one anymore, oops, I don't need the text version of it anymore, and we'll save changes. So now on the side here I have a message from my teacher. Granted, this video here doesn't look that exciting, and I have a button that if you click it, it goes to the course outline, which in this case is linked to the Google Doc, but it could be linked to a PDF or even a Word document. You could do that as well. All right. I hope that helps a bit. The next video, it's going to get it's gonna get a little more intense. And I think for the next video, you're gonna have to make a choice on kind of what route. Do you want to take Moodle to the mountaintops or just to the valley? So we're gonna have to make a choice there. But I'll travel to the mountaintop with you if you like.